The false card you have your past is the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, obviously this is the work card. We all know that. And I think I'm actually seeing someone working through something inside themselves, working, working with themselves, working through something inside their head and inside their emotions. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that very well. Yeah, they're working on themselves. And I think also while they're working on themselves, they were thinking about you. And they might have been working on themselves so that they could get closer to you. It might have been that. I think they had a lot to work through. I actually think they have a lot of regrets. I'm actually seeing some guilt around this person as well. And I think, yeah, I think they said something to you. I think that's what broke you up, or that's what separated you. I'm seeing something quite specific that they said to you, and it really hurt you, it really cut you. And I don't think you told them at the time how much they actually hurt you. That's what I'm seeing. I think you might have frozen. I think you might have actually frozen when they said this. It was so hurtful. It was so kind of out of nowhere that you just froze. That's what I'm seeing. And, you do feel things. You feel things very, very deeply sometimes. Sometimes you find it very hard to express the way you feel. But in this time, you really found it hard at this time, because it was just like you were just frozen in the moment after they said this thing to you. You just didn't know what to say. That's what I'm seeing. And, yeah, I'm seeing this person really recognizing that, working through all of that. I think they have a lot of regrets, or they were at this time. I think they still do. And yeah, all of these things, everything they've done, all the regret, all the guilt, everything, I think it's going around and around in their head. I'm also seeing this working. They want to work to make themselves better. They want to work to make themselves a better person. That's what I'm seeing. They're doing all this work on themselves, on the inside, also on the outside. I think they might have been, working out, doing all these things, trying to be better. And I think they were really, really struggling, especially internally. Now, how you feel about this person's totally up to you, because I know they really hurt you, and I know it's probably very hard to get over that. You don't have to get over that if you don't want to. It's totally up to you. I don't know how you're feeling about this. All I can say, this is how they're feeling. I think they're genuine. I think they're genuine with these regrets. And I think, they're really, really feeling this. They're very genuine about how they're feeling. They seriously really do regret some things they've done. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So it's totally up to you. If they come back to you, if they say, I really regret this, I'm really sorry, just because they're genuine doesn't mean you have to say, yes, I forgive you. That's completely up to you. You can or you can't. I know they said something really, really, really terrible. It might be something unforgivable. I don't know what it was, but that's down to you. So the next card you have your past is the King of Pentacles. Yeah, so I think you worked away from them. I think what happened was you had this separation. They really, really hurt you. I think you worked and worked and worked on this thing. And I think what happened was you worked on this thing, and now you're kind of right in the middle of this thing. You're working on this. I think it's a small thing. I think it's still very small. I think you've worked very, very hard. I don't think you've gotten all that far with this. You might be a little bit frustrated because I'm seeing a bit of restriction around this. With this king, he has all these vine leaves all over him, and it's like, if he wanted to stand up, he couldn't, because he's kind of got these leaves growing all over him. So I think that's how you're kind of feeling around this. I actually think there might be some release of this kind of restriction that you're feeling after a while. I don't mean for you to just kind of sit there and wait for this to come in. Keep on working, keep on doing what you're doing. You're doing the right thing, you're on the right path. But I think eventually, someone's going to kind of pull you out of this kind of little slump that you have up to the next level. I think this is someone who's quite popular. It might be a person, it might be a company, it might be someone who is a representative of someone or a company or something like that. And I think what's going to happen is they might say, oh, you know, I like this thing, or I endorse this thing, or I think this is a good thing. It might be someone like an influencer or something. I don't know, but it's someone who's going to pull you out of that restriction. And so you're going to get through this. So if you feel as if you're stuck, which is what I think you are feeling like right now, that's what I'm really feeling, this restriction. Don't give up, because I think someone's going to pull you out of this up to the next level. And also just keep on pushing this, keep on working, because I think the work that you're doing now is really helping you. Even if you feel as if you're not getting anywhere, the experience, what you're working on, what you're doing, you know, everything, every problem you have is helping you to get further. It's helping you to grow. So keep on doing what you're doing. So the last card you have your past is the Eight of Cups. So yeah, this is really interesting that you have two eights in your past. You know, eights are all about infinity. They're the infinity symbol. So the work you're doing now, the groundwork you're doing now in your work and in everything else you do is really setting you up for your future. So this is a really crucial time for you. So I think this is why I was seeing that you had to keep on working on this. Don't sit and wait for someone to come and pull you out of this. Keep on working. You're setting yourself up. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, the other thing I'm seeing is that I think when you separated from this person, this is similar to what I was seeing in the King of Pentacles, but a little bit different, a bit of a variation on that. You know, when you separated from them, I think you really had to kind of distract yourself because you were so hurt. And I think what happened was you said, right, I'm really going to focus on my work. So you focused on your work, and I think you're also focusing on this side thing, this kind of little thing that you're working on, this business or whatever this is. And I think as you started working your way away from this person and toward this thing, you really worked your way away from your emotions and toward the practical, toward the kind of you know, the work things. That's what I'm not really expressing myself very well, I know, but I hope you know what I'm talking about. So your focus, that's where your passion was. That's why this man's wearing red. So your passion went away from love, away from feelings, and toward, you know, the practical things, the work things. And I think you started this because of them. That's what happened. So that's really helped you. That's really helped you. And now your passion's in your work. That's what I'm seeing. But the other thing I'm seeing in this card is that even though you're work focused right now, you know, sometimes when I look at this, I see this man walking around this hill, and he eventually comes back around to these cups, back to the emotions. So I think what's going to happen is you are going to connect with this person again. And I think what's going to happen is they're going to be the ones that are going to contact you. You're not going to contact them. It's going to be coming from them. And I don't normally say things like this, but I'll just tell you what I'm seeing. Okay, so I'm seeing a change of season. I'm seeing a change in the air, a change in temperature. So I think it'll probably be around September or October when they contact you. That's what I'm seeing. And that's if this all resonates with you, obviously. So, okay, so the first card you have your present is the Six of Swords, yes. So, yeah, so in your mind, you've moved on. You're focusing on the logical, you're focusing on the work. So when they contact you, I'm not seeing you necessarily getting back together. They're definitely gearing themselves up to talk to you. They want some kind of closure. There's a lot of guilt around this that they're feeling. I'm seeing this again in this card. And they might want to apologize. They probably will apologize to you. I think a small part of them might want to start again with you, but they're kind of a bit worried. They're a bit nervous about that. You know, I think you can be quite a determined person. I think once you've made your mind up, sometimes, you know, there's no going back with that. You can be quite stubborn. and they know you well. I think they know that about you. So they're a little bit nervous about contacting you because of that as well. And I think that might be one of the reasons why they're going to be taking their time with this. They also because they just have a lot to work through. I'm also seeing, the other thing I'm seeing in this card is I'm seeing someone around you who might be helping you. I'm seeing an older person. They might be around your workplace, or they might be at your place of study if you're studying. I'm seeing that. It's some kind of helper or teacher. They might be in that role. They might be a supervisor, something like that. Now, I don't know if you told them anything about this thing that you're working on, this sideline, this kind of business thing, this small thing that you're trying to grow. That was in the King of Pentacles. It's funny because I'm actually thinking about, I'm seeing this older man here, this older person. And that's who this is, this older person. He looks a little bit like the King of Pentacles. So if you look at the King of Pentacles, that might help you to kind of recognize who this is. So I think this person could really help you with this business thing. Not directly, they don't have technical knowledge of the details of whatever this is, but about strategies, about how to kind of get this launched or get this kind of started, get this moving up to the next level. So think about who that is. Think about talking to them. They're a lot older than you, I think. They look a bit like the man in the, or about like the King of Pentacles, I'm trying to say. So, because they're older, don't dismiss them. Don't just think, oh, they're a bit out of touch, they're older. They're not at all. Not at all. I think they have some really, really valuable insights, and I think they want to help you. And I'm actually seeing that if you let them help you, if you talk to them, I'm seeing them spending a lot of time with you actually, and really being invaluable, really trying to help you. So if you know who this is, start the conversation up with them and they can really help you with this. Okay, so the next card you have your present is the Two of Cups. So again, this is about communication between two people. It's about getting together, exchanging information, two minds coming together to help with a shared goal, a shared thing. So again, this could be about talking to this person again, this person who looks like the King of Pentacles. And okay, so the other thing I'm seeing on this card is this person who wants to contact you, this ex, whoever this is, what I'm seeing is their intentions, their ultimate intentions of what they want when they come to contact you. Now, these are their ultimate intentions. I think they're a bit unsure of whether they can get this or not, whether they can achieve this with you. They are very doubtful, they are very nervous, but this is what, if they could have anything that they want in the world without any limitations or anything like that, this is what they'd like. So what they'd like is they'd like to come right back to the start with you. They'd like to start from the beginning again, because I'm just looking at this caduceus on this card between these cups, these two snakes. Sometimes they can represent healing. So they'd like to have healing. They want to apologize and they want to heal and get that all happening with you again. And I'm just looking at the snakes, and snakes shed their skin. They become new again. So that's how they want things to be with you. They want to apologize, they want to talk through things, they want to heal, and then they'd like to shed their skin. They'd like to start all over again with you. That's the ultimate thing they want. They're nervous. They don't know whether they can have this or not. They don't know whether this will happen or not. They know you can be determined and stubborn as well, so they're very nervous, but that is ultimately what they want. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So the last card you have your presence, Judgment. Okay, so I'm seeing something quite different here. I'm seeing a big change in someone's perception, actually a lot of different people's perceptions. I think this is about family. I'm seeing family around this. I think this might be a perception that you've had for a long time, probably since your childhood. A lot of other people do as well. all of these people in your family. Now, I think this is about someone who's a similar age to you, same generation, something like that. Might be a sibling, might be a cousin. I think it probably is a sibling. I think something's going to be revealed. It's going to be quite shocking, quite surprising to a lot of people. I can't see exactly what this is, but the thing I'm seeing is someone's not as perfect as they're making out to be. Yeah, it's going to be a surprise to you. It's going to be a big surprise to a lot of other people in the family, a big shock, actually. I'm just looking at this golden trumpet. When this trumpet blasts, this is the big surprise. This is a big shock. It's like they're like hearing this big noise and they're all surprised and shocked. Also, I'm looking at this color of this trumpet. This is golden. So I think someone's known as, in your family, the golden girl or the golden boy. This is the golden child in the family. They're up there in the perception of all of this family. People find this out, and then the positivity around this person drops. So they go right down, and people think of them as being a very negative person, or someone who's done something terrible and everyone disapproves of them. It's something like that. So whatever this is going to come out about this person. It's going to be a big shock. I don't think you're going to forgive them very easily. I think you'll all probably forgive them gradually, eventually. But I think it's going to take a long, long time. I think they got away with a lot in the past. They're the golden child. And now you're seeing this thing they've been hiding that's coming out, and you are not going to be very happy with them. But I think eventually people are going to move on from this, but I am seeing this big shock. It's something like that. So I hope that makes sense to you. The first card you have for your future is the Star. Yeah, I love this card, but I think, yeah, this is interesting because I think this is tying in with what I was seeing in the Judgment card. It's about a change in perception. It's a bit strange. It's like a positive thing coming out of a negative thing, kind of thing. So I think after the shock of this dies down, it's going to affect you in an interesting way, I think. This might sound a little bit strange, but I'll try and explain kind of what I'm seeing here. I think this is going to be the start of you kind of coming out of yourself a bit. It's sort of like there's some kind of family dynamic that was kind of set. It's almost as if certain people in your family had these kind of set kind of roles. And I think this is going to shake that up a bit. And I think that's actually going to be a really good thing. So I don't think you've ever believed in these kind of set roles, really. But I think you might have been carrying some of this around subconsciously. And now I think that all these roles are being shaken up and everything's all kind of mixed up now with this new perception. I think a lot of these unwritten rules are going to be dropped inside your own head, and you're just going to be more yourself around your family, definitely, but just inside yourself, just generally. You know, it's a bit like, you know, if you look at this beautiful woman, she's completely naked. She's not ashamed of herself. And so if this is all resonating with you, this is going to be quite liberating for you, actually. It's like, you know, it's coming from this bad situation, but sometimes, you know, good things can come out of the bad. And I think this is what's happening to you. And I think your confidence is really going to start growing after this time. So this is actually quite a positive thing for you. That's what I'm seeing there. I hope that makes sense. So the next card you have for your future is the Hanged Man. Okay, so there might be some more surprises coming to you as well, actually. Don't be scared, it's nothing bad. I think when this love connection comes back to you to talk to you, they're really going to want to, you know, start with a clean slate. I was seeing that in the Two of Cups. They really want to shed their skin, get back to the basics and start all over again with you. And I think because of that, they might have something to confess to you. They might want to come clean about something to you. That's what I'm seeing. Something they have to admit to you. Something they haven't told you before. Now, it's something that's going to be a surprise to you, definitely. But You know, I'm just seeing all this guilt they have, and they're trying to get rid of all this guilt. So I don't know how you're going to feel about this. I'm feeling very mixed in this card. You might hear this and you might say, right, I don't want anything to do with you ever again. If this is what you've done, that you're confessing to me, I'm really upset. Enough is enough. Or it might be some other thing that you kind of think, well, you know, this is it's not that bad really. They want to come clean, they're being very honest. I really don't know how you're going to feel about this. It's a bit of a mixed bag. You know, this Hanged Man's upside down. I don't know whether you're going to feel one way about this or the other way about this. What I do know is they have been hiding something from you for a long time. They haven't told you this. Now, part of them shedding this guilt is that they're going to come and tell you about this. Have a look at this Hanged Man. He's holding something behind his back. So that's where I'm seeing this surprise. I don't think it's a third party. I don't think it's that. It is something they were keeping from you. They're definitely going to want to come clean to you. That's what I'm seeing in that card. Right, so the last card you have for your futures, the Six of Pentacles. I think this is about this person, this older man, this person who looks like the King of Pentacles. They're going to want to help you. I think you're going to kind of chat to them about this. You're going to kind of say to them, oh, I've got this idea, you know, what do you think of this? And it's really going to open up a whole lot of things for them. They're going to be like, oh, I can really help this person. I know what to do to help them. Now, I think you might be struggling to accept some of the help from this person. There's nothing weird, there's nothing creepy about them, there's nothing strange about them. They're absolutely fine. They're a very honest person, they're a very straightforward person. They want to help you with this. And I really think this is encouraging you to accept this help. It's not financial help. I know this is the Six of Pentacles, this is about coins, money, all of that. It's not that they're going to offer you help in the form of money. They're not going to come and say, here's some money. What they're going to do is they're going to offer you some advice and some help. And I think if you take up this advice, it's eventually going to lead to you getting some kind of money coming from this thing that you're working on. So it's going to lead to something lucrative around this business thing. So again, I just want to encourage you to talk to this person, listen to their advice. Definitely don't dismiss them or anything like that just because they are quite a lot older than you. That's what I'm seeing. Don't dismiss what they have to say. They're very, very wise. They're very smart. They're very honest. And I think you really should listen to this person. So that's what I'm seeing in this reading. I really hope this makes sense. I know it seems a bit... I just feel that this was a little bit mixed up, so I just hope it made sense for you. So Aquarius, I hope this resonated with you. You know, as you know, general readings can't always resonate with everyone. But again, if you liked this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if that's what you like to do. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.